Aloha. What can we say other than hello today? The caveman yogi without a cave is how I feel these days. There's no place for me to run. I am in the world. I feel all the things going on. And there's so much insecurity and pain. But, let your hair grow. Stop the work. Stop fighting and trying to uphold the old ways. I find that if we're not doing yoga, celebrating in the body, learning to become more of ourselves through silence, and listening to the inner teacher, then we lose sight of why we came. The greatest day we ever had was the day we were born. And the second birth is when we find purpose in this life. When we find our purpose. Jesus. It's really in the captivated breath. It really is in the captivated breath. When I get deeper into my meditative reality of emptiness, things come naturally. So when I hear the sound and I make the sound that I hear in nature, in the quiet, it's like balancing our own separation, creating how I can explain it is when I became enlightened, I became one with the earth, and I became the voice of the earth. If you can think about that. Like the fruit on a tree is actually the tree and everything itself, all represented in that fruit. So it's like being the fruit on the tree, connected to the whole universe, was enlightenment. You couldn't move a muscle. It was just, and you could feel it all, because everything was connected, and there was no breath. There was just complete silence in the sound. So that's how I navigate. This is how Milarepa said he was enlightened, is by listening. So when we listen very deeply, what is significant and what's probably the most important few minutes of your whole year was that if I would understand what I'm up to there. See, we breathe, but why do we breathe? How do we captivate the breath and pull it in so that it becomes one with us, so we remove all the tension and we hold that breath forever? Which is what I was trying to do, is go that breath for 5 minutes or longer. You see, it really starts getting good when there's no more tension there and you're just one with that one breath. You see, this is the potentiality, amazing superior way of breathing that the yogis understand when you take a proper yoga breath class. And I'm going to show you over the course of my videos about how to breathe into the snake, because we're like, two snakes moving together, dancing together inside our being. That's really what the spine is. So when we start to loosen up, we all actually realize that we're yogis, and we can wake up and open our third eye and become connected to the whole divine. But to be connected to the divine, we got to break through some blockages or places that are resistance or that we're not tangibly able to open. For example, if you keep wearing clothes every day, something happens to your body where you get out of touch with, you might say, when you go to get gas, it would be like not putting any gas in the tank. We need to absorb energy just as much as we expend it. We think we eat food and it creates energy. No, it actually creates it's incompatible to our body. All food is. We're meant to be breatharians. We're meant to actually exhale the Great Spirit. So we've been caught in this realm of angelic nomadness because we're angels in an angelic realm that become darkened by negative energies that have got us all eating, especially meat. So until we can change the form of the way things are grown and the way we act and react, we've got to control what goes in our mouth. Simple as that. So the breath is the most crucial thing because we're always doing it. So if you can feel your breath, feel it and feel it. But it has to enter in through the brain. You have to feel the pressure in the back of the eyelids and in the back of the throat as it goes in. At the same time, feeling the pressure in your ears come down your estuarian tube. So you feel the drawing in of the breath, like. Then you hold it. And you let it magnify and expand and find all those nooks and crannies, and then it opens your body and you feel great. So I want to show you more about intoxicating with breath with Yogi Zen, and I'm interested in waking you up out of our amnesia with material nature, because everything is so connected to the reality of God, connected to everything, that plastic and all this trash that we see is all God too. And we're having a vomit nightmare, and it's going topsy-turvy. So we're all going to need to learn how to go through this cycle of shit without having to shit, because without having to eat. And learning how to get off of food is one of my missions, is to go, I'm filled, and I'll hold that, and I'm content. And if we understand about mewing, this is a form of sucking your saliva. If you understand sucking your saliva, these glands open up, and you start to get elixirs coming out. That's right. The Taoists and Chinese masters know this, and that's what they do in deep meditation. They're sitting, and they're connected to this whole, so they know hunger and thirst. Well, the hunger and thirst always starts in the tongue. It always does. I mean, sometimes you get a little belly, but the tongue. So that's why we want to stop eating spices on foods. No more spices and flavorings. If you can control it, then you'll start to get off the wheel of eating. You see, if you find anything that attracts you to food, then you're going to want to have it more. So it's like, don't put any more ketchup and mayonnaise on something, because that just makes you want to have more. Have it so spice-free and just as minimal as that piece of corn, or let's just say your lettuce. It's just plain. When your avocado, it's just plain. Your rice, nothing. And it just changes your mind, and you start to go, So I don't have as much control in my mind when I eat sugar. In the world, you always are eating sugar. It's everywhere. And when I get nervous, which is every day out in the world, I eat sugar. And it calms me down, but it calms me down in a negative way, because you can't live in evil without eating evil. And when you eat evil, then you don't see it as evil anymore. You see it as, wow, it's a great place. You know, we got restaurants on the corners, we got beer, and we got all this fun stuff. We got sunsets, and we got women, and it goes on and on and on. So you got to get away from distractions. You want to learn how to be a monk. You want to go out in nature and be out in nature, with prayer flags hanging there, and then there's a nice little, mobile that I make. I make these mobiles, and they're absolutely awesome. I focus my mind on watching them as they move, because when I have one of these mobiles by me, it's like mind meditation, because it moves. Check that out. It moves, and yet everything else doesn't. And it just messes with your mind, because if you watch it for a couple minutes, it puts you into a Zen meditation. Can you really see that? How you can just watching that on your porch. So that's why I made these. I made these so people like you will want one hanging in your home, because they're so cool. Anyways, that's my sales pitch for today, since that's what I've been making out here. I've been making these mobiles that let's see, I'll show you this one too. Check this out. See, that's out right up front my front door. I don't even have a front door. I don't even have a door. I have no walls. Are you kidding me? No, you want to be out under the moonlight, under the stars. So that mobile captivates the mind. So hey, if you'd like to order one, then click down below and find out how you can order your custom-made Yogic Zen Mind Meditation Mobile, made right here on Maui. So I call them Mind Meditation Mobiles, because as I sit and my mind's agitated, let's say, I'm just looking at nature, it's moving, and I'm like, wow. And as it moves, your body's receiving the messages in a different way than something coming right at you, or standing still, or flying by. It's gently just massaging your brain slowly. You can see that. And that's why I think everyone needs a mobile like this. So I want to make you a custom one. So that's the deal. Write me if you want. They're $100 a piece, at least, or more or less, whatever donation you can throw at us, because it goes to a good cause, helping more good people find the truth. That's what I want to do. So check this out. Mewing really works when you think of something that you really want to eat, and you think about it, and you just make saliva as you think of it. And there's back salivary glands back here. There's ones under here. There's like two on each side, and there's it feels like there's on the tongue. There are some, but the main ones are in the back of the right here, and they just continue to pour out. So you want to draw, really suck hard. And here's the thing: to make it more refined and sweet and clear, 2, 3, 4 hours, and then it starts getting really good. So a couple hours, it might not keep drawing, because if you hit 4 hours, you can go all day without eating, because it tricks the mind, and the mind really doesn't want to hunger, doesn't want to thirst. It wants to be like, I got everything going on. So the yogis would draw upon this elixir, and then once everything's connected, they would never thirst, so they'd never leave just sitting. And as long as the spine's straight and the breath is held properly in the body. See, we're all getting older. I'm 53 now. I mean, if you can count my rings and cut my arm and go, okay, 53 years old. It's like a tree, got rings. Yeah, I never work out anymore. I just sleep, rest, and relax as much as I can. And then when I breathe, it'll just come in like what? A natural breath. See, we want to be able to be at that rate of clarity where we're not having to breathe in and out at all. We're not breathing at all, just sitting, no breathing. And all of a sudden my body will go this, like this, honest to God. So part of me was asleep, relaxing there. It's like no breath was in. I was just watching and waiting, and then it just happened. That's how when you know you're connected to this inner emptiness of the breath. You see, most of us are so full and constipated energetically, lymphatic, our bowels, or our very being itself, because everything we put in, our body has to pack away somewhere, okay? And then it gets rid of it, and it comes out of the toilet. Well, this whole world is going to the toilet. You look at it, so it's really important that we develop our yogic practices, that we develop the time, a knowing of our death, because it could be just around the corner. How much time do we actually spend being happy and at peace, going ah 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 it's so relaxed here, ah 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 so that's how I think we should be, is in the ah state. That means as relaxed as possible. So I'm encouraging people that really want to understand the Zen state, that this is like a discourse on practices. You might say yogi's secrets revealed. I'm revealing secrets that are impactful to the development of your connection to your soul and your body, meaning the thing that is like the little child that came in that got hijacked, and now it has this big body and doesn't know what to do with it and has to work and feed it and house it, and we become slaves to when we were just this little beautiful child having a good time, and we got trapped. You're all trapped. If you wake up in the morning and you got something to do, you're trapped. Okay, think about it, please. Come on. This is a discourse on truth, not lies. So when I get up out of bed, check it out. I go back to bed. I mean, I get up, I turn over, and go back to bed. I'll go back. I'll do that 10, 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock sometimes. I get up, I'm like, what happened to the day? God, I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad I didn't have to be involved in all that. Whew. I had a life. I got a life. I don't have a life. Actually, I don't have a life because I don't want to feel this heavy, dense body. So just letting it relax, like the bones of truth die, just letting your body die, is just such a pleasure. So I'm encouraging you to have more pleasure by being a student of the way of life, the Zen way. So these discourses are on practices. If you do them every day and you basically subscribe to this module of yogic life as if this is my last 2 years on life, I'm going to do everything possible to become enlightened. These are the steps you have to do. Like, okay, it's like, do I give up this, or this, and why is this hindering me? And well, all this is hindering me, so I'll get rid of everything and then turn around and grab what I need. Meaning, that's kind of what you have to do. Kind of have to die, like you went into a car wreck and then you flew out of your body and you're like free of everything. That's sometimes what it takes for people to get it. In this life, a couple times I've walked away and just with the shoes on my feet, if I had any shoes, and that was it. And it's a pleasure, because then you go, what do I need? Okay, one towel, got the clothes on my back, and I got a little bag, okay, maybe a toothbrush, and you get real minimal. We're all going to get minimal. Like, people are right now losing their entire lives in their houses. So we're going to have a lot of time to practice yoga now. I mean, obviously, if you just don't have these places to live, you'll be living under the trees like I am and sacrificing your life to find the truth by being so empty that when you wake up in the morning, nothing to do. Nada. Zero. Then you're on the path. Then you're on the Zen path, because then you get up. What is it there to do? Well, usually drink some water, use the bathroom, have some tea or something to drink, then later eat. Then the world falls. So then you're more of a free agent of what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm just going to let things happen because I have no plan other than I feed my face, drink some water, check my email, the simple things. So that means you can't work anymore. And I don't want anybody to work only for Ja. I mean, they're working for God, something that you do that actually helps others. Well, what kind of equation is that? That's up to you. But, okay. Well, this has been 20 minutes. I'm going to end this one now. But you get it. It's with every breath. And you hold that forever. And as soon as you forget, and you fall back into the world of your old self. So that's why you got to be in training, you got to be in an ashram, you have to be around people who are going to help you. And that's why I'm here. I'm an ambassador for helping people live like a yogi in quiet, peaceful environments. And first you have to be nothing before you can become something. So if I can make you or break you, just like a horse, I invite you as your friendly neighborhood yoga caveman guru yogi, an opportunity to live emptiness in life on Maui and celebrate being free, first and foremost. Okay, over and out. And that's the whole teaching right there. Total relaxation in the hand, when it is, total relaxation. You will have understood all the energies that are moving through these channels, and you will become a free human being. And this is what we want to do. Open hand policy. Energies running perfectly smooth, clear, equal on both sides. No clinging and grasping. So if you want to find out how level you are in this world or in the other world, just put your hand out and relax it. If it curls, then that's how much clinging and grasping you have within your own ergonomic system that's holding and always holding, even when you sleep. And once you die, all that tension will go. Right? Yes. Well, why don't you let all that tension go now? Right now. Let that tension go, and then you understand what it is to be perfectly, as deep as you can, balanced and aligned with yogic path of emptiness. Hands free, open, no curling, energy lifting by the back of the nails, and you sit and you try to meditate. Why do I say try? Because listening, the body has functioning. It's always moving, all these energies. It takes days and days to understand how to be silent enough to feel the energies move and become partially to completely enlightened. And that's the whole program. That's the whole Zen program that I'm showing people how to be, is through a quick, simple, energetic of things that people overlook, like every day. So that's why I'm your friendly neighborhood guru. Om. So, what did you learn today? Drawing on the liquids, pulling down through here, inhaling through the ears, top of the head, holding that breath, hands open, smiling on the inside, and always chewing. Practice those things, and you'll be as far as I am. And not have any schedule. Aloha.